Commissioner Steele White.
Present.
Chair Jensen.
Here.
Commissioner Stevens.
Here.
Commissioner Kester.
Here.
Commissioner Landers.
Here.
Vice Chair Steffen.
Here.
And Commissioner Hill.
Great. All right, for anyone that would like, stand to do the pledge of allegiance.
Take a look at the court.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great. Do we have any public comment on non-agenda items? Don't hear anything? Do you ever see anything? Okay, great, all right. Moving on. Bounce right into our discussion, reviewing application materials. First thing is the narrative that I think quite a few people weighed in on and probably is difficult to look at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Can everybody see it? You guys can see it really well with that.
Yeah, I can turn lights down too if that helps it like get some contrast.
Might I suggest that the people on this end, if we don't have laptops, go over there so we don't kill our necks. Anybody else want to join me?
Oh, sure.
And can we dim the lights ever so slightly? Thanks, Nick.
So that's as much as they did, or we can
Great.
just turn them off.
Yeah, that's even better.
It's not so-
Better, yeah.
So I have to apologize, because for the most part, I'm anonymous, I didn't sign in, and it kind of limits what you can, won't let you take out what you. So I think once I signed in, it will allow you to edit. But once you put it in there, under anonymous, you're like stuck, so.
And somehow it grabs my dad's email for his Google account, so it's like my dad's doing it. He's really not.
Outsourcing your work.
Yeah. I learned to spell for my mother and swear for my father, so. I eliminated one of the in the first paragraph. I looked at it and like, we're kind of repeating what we're saying from the first sentence to the second. I'm like, why not just tighten it up and make it one sentence? That was my take on it.
Yeah, I like that.
And I also wasn't sure about overall urban design character back in the day. I don't think that they were thinking urban design.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't even a thing probably.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Didn't have a name at least.
Like SimCity? No?
He doesn't have park.
Yeah, he's right.
So how are we on the very first paragraph? Can we move on?
You want to just sort of accept those changes as you go?
Yeah, I can. So when we say first paragraph, are we saying, I don't know if you can see my mouse very well.
Yeah.
This little description here.
The narrative shall provide the basic historical background of the area, including architectural and overall design character, and justify the significance of the district.
Yeah.
Second paragraph. I don't know if we had any changes in that at all,
Yeah, just
Oh, we did.
which.
except for the at, yeah,
That,
great.
Any objections? can zoom in a little more too.
On that, the third paragraph, did we talk about how it was probably hunting and fishing spots for everyone?
That's why we put, that's me, that's why I added other people.
Yeah.
to talk about that.
So I get confused on the same thing. So it was like, are we talking about Chinook and Indian, or is it, so I was gonna take out Chinook and Indians and just go with indigenous peoples at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And then that would help explain the second, what we were referring to.
Yeah.
But wasn't Chinookan Indians the majority of, wasn't that like the historical
That's what I think, that
premium, like,
Chinook or the main
yeah, the main?
indigenous people.
But by the time Lewis and Clark and others arrived, those wetlands, didn't we decide that fur trappers and Lewis and Clark and their expedition, everybody was fishing there?
That's true.
But I mean, we're just starting at the beginning, so they're talking about the, very,
Very, very beginning.
very, very beginning.
Okay.
Wouldn't, I'm sorry to interject, but wouldn't you want to go in kind of chronological order rather than putting the fur trappers first, the Lewis and Clark first, and then the fur trappers? Because the fur trappers kind of started coming after the expedition, so would that matter?
I was just using them as an example here because we're only referring to indigenous people and we're not including anyone else. That was my
I understand, sorry.
point of my distinction. It's okay.
Okay, can you go up to the first, the other paragraph? So I wasn't quite sure, because in that top
Oh,
paragraph.
I see what you're back in the second paragraph.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So should you switch it from no, that's right. English Explorers first, then Hudson Bay Company.
Yeah,
Is that in the right sequential order?
Yeah.
but my question is, in that paragraph, refer to them as Native Americans, and then we go to the second paragraph and we're
Indigenous
into
people.
Indians and indigenous people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a way of including all the different descriptions, or if we need to stick with one.
It's going to be an official document.
Yeah, it's part of our application, isn't it?
Application narrative. So it'll be around for a while, but people aren't necessarily asking for an application narrative.
The narrative does not go in code.
No.
Yeah.
It'll just be part of the public record as being an artifact of the process.
Right, and then this would be something we present to Planning Commission and Council.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree that for continuity, if you use Native Americans in the first area, then you should have it in the second. It just flows better.
Although I don't think we're gonna say Chinookan Native Americans.
No, you
know.
could say Chinookan people, so.
Yeah, yes, you could.
Leave, if you went with Chinook,
Chinookan and other indigenous peoples.
There you go.
that works, then you can leave the first paragraph alone.
Yeah, and then that changes.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Minus spelling.
Indigenous is a hard one. Nobody gets that right the first time.
So many sections to that. have to do every word.
Clean that up and.
Oh, looks good.
There's some extra spaces between artifacts and that.
In between which and R.
That should be good.
Are you happy with that section?
Yeah.
I'll scroll down.
Grammatically, should there be a comma after Orange, Tender, Chatham? Because Chatham is a name, and then
I don't think so.
No comment?
It was after armed tender. Yeah, I
Orange, Tender, comma, Chatham.
think so.
Can you spell out Captain George Vancouver?
What were we saying about the comma? For Chatham, or is that?
I just didn't know if we should have, I asked if we should have a comma after Armed Tender, Chatham, which was
Oh.
delegated, and Adrian didn't think so.
Okay.
So you don't need the comma at Chatham now.
True.
Comma shouldn't be before the close.
After the quotes.
Be after.
Those changes look good.
Do we want to keep in that he named the mountain after a British admiral?
Is that who Barings is?
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, which he named Barings after, and then so remove that part of the strikeout.
Or, is what he called Mount Hood important to the narrative of the immediate area that we're looking at?
Oh, you're right, sorry.
Yeah, how does it relate to
Yeah,
the?
yeah, yeah. I was like, wow, I missed that. Why did I strike all that out?
Did he call it Barings River?
What?
Was it Barings River or is it just
Part
Barings?
of which he named Barings. No, that was Broughton Bluff that he,
It's the Rocky Outcrop, isn't it, was named Barry.
So at the east mouth of the Sandy River, which he named Barings.
Who is Barings?
Barings River? Barings.
Barings the Bluff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it reads strange, but it's correct.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I think we can accept that, all of that.
And clean up some extra spaces.
Yeah, we can go through later for all the,
It might read better right now if we say after Barings, then period, then later, comma, it was renamed Broughton Bluff. It sounds a little too blunt or something.
That's the word I was looking at too.
Yeah.
We've
It
got a lot of
softens-
comments going on there.
Stagnant?
yeah, setting the river comma.
He named
That's what we should wrap.
Barings.
Period.
Period.
Later, comma, it was renamed Broughton Bluff. It flows better.
Yeah.
Take out the second later.
Second later.
Yeah, there's a.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, we just moved later. Space in between it and was.
Oh, yep, and lowercase I.
Good to go.
Super. Good, I think it reads correct now. I think before it was really,
Yeah, let's clean it up and see what it looks
yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's tough to read with all the.
Yeah.
Oh. We have one error in there. You know, while hunting, blah, blah, blah. They had bypassed they learned they had bypassed the river they sought and had taken for the quicksand river. So it's mistaken, or how do we need to word that better? Bypassed from the Willamette River they sought. And they bypassed the Willamette River they sought.
They had some.
Well,
So they're looking for the Willamette
They're
River and they took the
they
Quicksand
got to the
River instead?
quicksand river and they thought that was the Willamette. Right? So they thought that was the Willamette and they're like, oh, this isn't the right river.
Well,
So
so
they-
they throw in mist. I mean, is that a
Well, it
bypass?
says bypass, yes.
Does it read better if you just remove for the?
Yeah, maybe.
They had bypassed the river they sought and,
Or remove for, had taken the quicksand river.
Yeah, the
Well-
four doesn't need to be in there.
well, I'm just wondering, had taken for the quicksand river, taken for the quicksand river means you're accepting the quicksand river. I just think our verbiage isn't quite
Maybe
correct
it's
there.
mistaken.
They sought and mistaken. Well, they mistook the quicksand for the Willamette is what they did. It's backwards.
So flip it.
That they had, yes,
That sounds, honestly, the verbiage sounds just, it sounds correct, but from more of a Victorian age. I mean, it reads academic is what it does, which means that it probably came out of a book somewhere.
well, I think the way it reads right now, it's not correct, but I think Leanne's right. If we flip it, or Frank, one of you said,
Frank.
if you flip it and you put the quicksand, you bypass, that they had mistaken the quicksand river. That they had bypassed the Willamette River and mistaken the quicksand river for,
You don't repeat it.
but they had mistaken the quicksand river for the Willamette that they had bypassed earlier. Or for the Willamette which they had sought. That makes more sense to me. Does it make sense to all of you?
Yeah, we need to put capital R in the river and then add river to Willamette.
Yeah.
reads better.
Why is there a question mark
Excuse me.
at,
Do we need river after Willamette again?
I don't think so.
That's, you only have to do it once in the paragraph, right? If you're
I
following.
believe that's correct, yeah. This river is sort of treated like a, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a second reference thing.
Was the question mark there for a reason, or should we just get rid of it?
I think that might have been me just trying to say this is just really
For sure.
making sense in here.
Okay, next paragraph?
Oh, the third line down after quicksand river spacing.
Yeah.
And why do we have no underlined, do we
That looks like a grammar
underline the no?
check.
they want to put known, but it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense
come
to
on
me.
down.
Ignore.
Next paragraph?
I think it looks good. I think the corrections are good. Is there a way you can make additions without your name on there? You guys have all this anonymous stuff up
That
there.
was me. I
They're just not signed into Google.
didn't, I only be me.
Okay, next one?
Spell out captain again.
No, we didn't spell out lieutenant though. Okay. Maybe back earlier, remember to spell out lieutenant.
Okay.
We don't need to do it right now, but.
Fifth sentence after November 20th. It says Troutdale had its depot. Troutdale wasn't Troutdale yet. The depot was named Troutdale, but Troutdale wasn't,
Wasn't established yet.
Depot was open.
Good point, Leland. How about the Troutdale Depot was established?
that's good.
That'll fly over a lot of people's heads. Good point, though. Sorry, the Troutdale Depot became a stop along the Transcontinental Rail Line. This became instead of was established.
Yeah.
Was it also established on November 20th? Or did the two things happen at the same time?
I think it's inferred by the giving a very specific date that it was established then.
You can clean that up to that point.
Make it a little easier to read.
Yeah.
Everybody okay with that paragraph? All right, moving on. Great. You know you have to spell out captain again, right?
Oh, where you at?
Cut and paste.
I think we need to decide was she one of the most, what is she?
Or A.
Up for A, yeah, we have to decide.
One of the prominent figures.
Option 3.
Option 3,
Is what?
She was one of, or A, or the.
she probably wasn't, I mean, would be hard to know if she was the most prominent figure in Troutdale, but she was certainly one of, right?
Yeah. One of these,
Safe. One of these safe, yeah.
Okay.
One of the prominent
Yeah.
figures.
Good job, Nick. Finding it,
Did it on the fly.
We're getting there,
yeah.
doing our best. Are you okay with the rest of the?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have a question on, what is first edition? Troutdale's first recorded
Up to
plat, ever.
fifth.
First edition, what
It's
is,
the 5th, and then the second goes to 8th.
No, it's the plat and then it's the first edition. It's
what
only
does an addition mean?
first edition to the first, for the
It's-
original plat.
Is it development, is it lands, what is it, buildings?
Yeah, so a plat, like a first plat would be, that's the very first plots of land
The drawings,
designated
yeah, and
as
then-
the city, and then the first edition is the first additional plat to that first plat. So it's outlining like lots where people can buy and own, and it's like setting up kind of the grid.
And
for
that's
what
the
that
actual
is.
title, the first edition
Yeah.
on the plat.
I just didn't know if somebody like, I'm reading it and I don't know what that means. Do you know what I mean? If like you're saying this to the council, do they, it's assumed that you know your development terms and everybody would understand that?
I think it's part of the package because we'll have copies of the plat and the first plat.
Oh, there we go. So it's implied, okay, I mean,
Visual aids.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have the plat and addition to see too, yeah.
Okay, are we okay to move on to the next one? You good, Diane? I think all the corrections are good. Does anybody else see anything that they don't like or do like?
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
First sentence, historic district is bounded after, we have bounded by.
By.
Okay.
This is a brutal paragraph to write, so whoever, I think it was Leanne with all the anonymous. I very much appreciate what you've done.
It's anonymous.
I have a question. What exactly does that mean? Historic district is bounded by,
Is it like the outline of it is the,
Yeah, it's,
is it a, so? I haven't seen that,
Good, I mean-
bounded.
that's,
Boundary there?
that's kind of map speak, if I remember correctly.
Is it map speak,
Yeah,
cartographer talk?
kind of, yeah, it's,
Okay, if it's correct that way, what?
I made it up.
You made it, I know, it's like, that's why I'm like,
I've been questioning it, I made it up.
It sounds historical.
can we look it up?
Yes.
I like Adrian's explanation.
I've seen it before, and it's not a,
Can we look it up? To see if it's a real, I mean,
It's a real word.
it's a real word? Yeah. Oh, you said you just made it up.
I made it up, the word to put in that sentence.
Isn't bounded,
Cartography talk, so it's all good.
All right, so Google AI says, bounded by means having a limit, edge, or boundary established by something specific.
used to describe borders.
Conceptual rules, time.
Enclosed by boundaries. That's what I have.
Okay, great, thank you, appreciate that.
Questioning it.
It's not underlined. Okay, next paragraph.
Need to fix the T.
Yeah, the T.
Oh, this one is a doozy too.
And this I off. Prior knowledge.
Oh, it's a new one, nice.
I'd give some quick clarification. All the streets that had names before they were changed to numbers, was that just to make it, what was the historic significance, or was that just to make platting easier, or, I mean,
What were you saying?
why was Gorham changed to 8th? Why was Lincoln changed to?
It happened in the early 70s, and they had to do it to conform to street naming conventions.
The east, west, north, south.
Okay.
It was all of them were street. Avenues go one direction, streets go another, but we had them all street, regardless of what direction they were.
Okay, thanks.
I like patronizing.
The last sentence should say this trek up the hill.
Clean it up, let's look at it after it's cleaned up.
I'll approve it one word at a time.
I'm not sure
I
why.
wonder why Leanne's does that. There you are right there.
Yeah, because I signed in, figured it out.
roads in there. Nicely done.
Okay. There's just some punctuation and capitalization that needs to be.
A period after obstacles.
Because,
Pose some obstacles because the train slopes steeply upward.
Yeah, that works too.
well, wait, do we want that D to be capitalized, or do we want the period gone and make that a larger sentence?
Put semicolon after obstacles and then little period after tracks.
Right.
Or semicolon or a period?
Either. Two ideas, they're linked, but doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, it needs,
I would end that sentence there.
That works.
then undo the capital B that you undid, made it
And then,
comma.
Very?
Yep.
Oh, the T.
Um,
The dress meat packing plant was located on the north side of the tracks, holding many people.
I know it feels a little like it's out of order, those two sentences. I think you and I are in the same place, Frank, but
Yeah.
if you, it doesn't really work to flip them either.
would it tighten it up a little bit if you just said workers from the plant? You're referring to the meat packing plant immediately in the sentence prior?
So workers from the dress meat packing plant located on the north side of the tracks.
No, I was just saying, I mean, just remove from the, remove meat pack, and just say, let's say, the dressed meat packing plant was located on the north side of the tracks, employing many people. Workers from the plant walked up the hill.
Yeah, you don't, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't need to reiterate that it was a meat packing plant.
Yeah.
or anything like that.
But we might also tighten up if we just say, the trek home for anyone working at the dressed meat packing plant located on the north side of the tracks, or people patronizing any of the local shops was all uphill. So you kind of like tighten that up, and then workers from the plant walked up toward the hill home hungry for lunch, and then again at the end of the day for dinner. So we ultimately shorten it by adding the third, combining the second and the third sentences. A bit.
I'm trying to remember if there was any local shops up the hill. I think they're all on the road.
I think they're all.
It was mostly farmland still up to
There's farmland.
horses.
There was also, not just the meat packing plant, but there was
That's
a
where
lumber
people
mill.
lived.
There was a lumber mill.
Right, down
in that
below.
vicinity,
Right.
yeah. But mostly that was because that's where people lived, so that's why they were hiking up the hill.
Do we need to say that better of, I mean, I think people nowadays get it. If you've been here, you know it. But if you haven't seen the town, do we need to say, because the terrain slopes steeply upward from the railroad tracks, where the businesses abutted? Or and state that the businesses were at the bottom of the hill and the homes were above. And I don't think we say that very well.
So would you, if you just added railroad tracks and business district or businesses? Because the terrain slopes steadily upward from the railroad tracks and businesses.
Yeah, that might be a good add, yeah. Yeah, that helps a lot, Frank.
Sounds-
That flows better.
What if we now say, get rid of that sentence and say, workers from the Dressed Meat Packing Plant walked up the hill toward home hungry for lunch.
If you guys want to say like the name, like if the plant has significance, you could introduce the sentence by going like, to the trek home for anyone working, patronizing any of the local shops was all uphill. Notably, the Dressed Meat Packing Plant was located on the north side of the tracks.
Yeah, and because that's good, because
That is good.
it did employ a lot of people.
Because it's like a point of emphasis for,
Yeah, it makes it fit
yeah.
better.
And it's not the only one.
It's kind of like, here's a fun fact on why it's named this way.
I would imagine the lumber mill employed a lot of people also.
Oh, yeah.
Probably bounded too.
Bounded. Do we want to say the Dressed Meat Packing Plant and the lumber yard?
Or,
Lumber mill were both located on the north side of the tracks, employ many people.
well, he
That-
said notably, so now we're just picking out one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the point of the
Implies that there's more.
is the hill and the people, and we're getting the point across.
Yeah.
I think you got it.
the trek home for anyone working or patronizing was all uphill. I don't know that patronizing local shops were uphill.
Well, anyone working or patronizing any of the local shops was all uphill.
The trek home was
Trek home was
uphill.
all uphill.
Okay.
That's right.
Correct. Period has to go after the.
We've got a space in between shops and was now.
Is T capitalized? Is that part of the name, or should it just be the?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mm,
yeah.
Trying to think of any signs I've seen in pictures.
yeah, if it was part of the name.
I think it was capitalized.
I think it was, yeah.
Next paragraph, are we all okay to move on?
Monitor is spelled with an E. K-E-R.
That's a weird word, maybe another word there. I threw that in there, but.
HLC should be not pluralized in that, given that we're using proposed. The Historic Landmark Commission proposes modeling the historic boundaries of the. I like it. Can we clean it up so we can read it more easily?
Yeah.
I love it. How do you guys feel about it? Good work, everybody. I think that it really came together well.
Thanks for doing the work. Anonymously.
Can I just see the top paragraphs of the ninth and then so I can read the bottom paragraph?
Yeah, like top?
Yeah.
Oh, Lieutenant, in the third paragraph. LIEU.
This is the real challenge of the night.
LUE.
LIEUTENANT.
British, so it's lieutenant.
One more.
LIEU
I can relate to
TENANT.
that. Nicely done.
Can you go down to the bottom again?
Yeah, bottom?
All the way. Last paragraph. Remember and preserve one of many things that makes Troutdale. Should be one of the many things. There should be that in there.
Yes.
One of many things that, I think it can be either or. Yeah, I think.
Deserve the many things.
So,
Yeah, it probably flows better with the. No.
One of the-
anything. One of, preserve one of the.
Do we include and people? Or just, it's like, many, we're talking about all these characters at, at the top, Celeste, or do we mention Celeste?
Yeah, we do.
Right, okay, and the different captains and the
yeah.
people, so then we're talking about a thing later on. I mean, is there a way to include,
Well, this is about Hungry Hill.
which is Celeste, right, and Harlow?
That's how we got, that's how, I mean, yes, she was instrumental in the Platts, but the Hungry Hill name didn't come from Celestia, it came from the workers walking up home.
But right there, it says opportunity to remember and preserve. So we're still remembering that as being a part of it.
Okay, things would include people and.
Yeah.
And it's
That's what I was getting at.
geography and.
Maybe is a technical term.
Okay. Well, that was great work, people. Good job. I'm sure that was exciting for the people at home.
You know, this is the part where we ask, what does Paul think?
That's right. If anybody, he's really good at this stuff. Paul, are you still there?
Paul.
We might have lost Paul.
They couldn't handle it.
Paul. It's like, these people, he would have had it done in half the time.
It's tough to do,
Yeah,
I will say.
it is. There were some sticky ones in there. All right. Well, that was our big job for the night. That's exciting. Staff communications.
Couple short ones. I got an email from Sarah. I think one or two of you have terms expiring. Yep. Did you get an email about that?
I did.
Okay. And then we should be pretty close to be combining all of our survey like table information into one like giant list so it looks cohesive. And now that we have a narrative we're all happy with, Next meeting, we could do like a final everything review,
Fantastic.
and then, you know, finally get this off our shoulders.
Yeah, great. That's exciting.
Sweet.
Do we want to add who we think these streets are named after in this at all as just a side note, or?
As an attachment. maybe?
Yeah, as attachment, not necessarily, you know.
It's not part of the, it's just as, if people are curious about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think that would be nice.
Little FYI possibility where the names may come from.
Sure, yeah, we could do that.
Nick, you may want to go through the narrative that we just did one more time and just look for space cleanups that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll keep the doc link open too, so you guys can like, I don't know, if you're bored and have so much time to kill, you're like, man, I really want to do narrative work.
Man, I can't
You can
sleep.
do another pass on it,
Do
so
this.
you're all happy with it.
Longer.
But only anonymously.
No, anonymous. Late at night, you couldn't stand it any longer.
Okay, anything from the commissioners?
Do we have future agenda items?
Not at this moment. I mean, we're gonna be trying to finish the application, that's gonna be the biggest thing. Finish the application, then we need to be working on the signs and other processes to make and then the narratives for the boundaries, you know, what, the boundary signs, so we do have some things on our agenda. Do you have something else you wanna add to it?
In the past, we talked about heritage trees at some point. And then Diane brought up a really interesting point at another meeting concerning the waterfalls that are located on the historic Columbia River Highway. The fact that we're going to be working on the Stark Street Bridge within the next years. Anyway, they're trying to get money to redo the Stark Street Bridge, which used to be called Baseline, right? There's a lot of history that comes up from that area, as well as an aqueduct that's totally ignored.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think if we're looking at the next project, it falls in line with the Stark Street Bridge. And is there a possibility we could tie those two together historically and create almost like our own historical route
It's a good idea.
Beginning where?
at Troutdale Bridge?
Yeah, because, yeah, mile marker.
I was gonna use your place as the,
Mile marker too, yeah. It was nice, these rains again, I looked at all the waterfalls, like, oh my gosh, I want to start naming them. How would you even go about naming them? Because they've done some really nice cutting into the rock.
Yeah.
So, I
this
mean,
was all done by,
Yeah.
this was all excavated. It created the waterfalls, but it's unique. And some of these have no turnouts. So I could do a PowerPoint presentation on just the waterfall section, but it doesn't stop at Stark Street Bridge. If you take a right going up Stark Street Bridge, it continues all the way up to the top of the hill. All you hear is water as you're going.
which is brings up a point that every time I go up there, I don't know if anybody even how to go about it. So it'd probably be very difficult to even plan it. I'm so sad for those historic rocks, but like the Italians did for where they did the, because Stark Street, that almost became the entrance to the historic highway, right? They changed it later on.
Yeah.
Those rocks are abandoned, you know, it's got moss on them, the more moss you get on them, they're gonna start rotting. People have taken some of the old, I don't know what they were like, posts.
The lamp posts.
Yeah, those have been you know, and it's like, I don't even know who's responsible for
I
cleaning
think it's the
it up.
county, but I was gonna press the test.
They cleaned them a number of years ago. I want to say within the last 6, they let them just completely go. And then they finally cleaned them and then nobody maintains them. And it's almost like, I mean, I have ideas about it, but
I could have swore when I moved here in the 90s, I could turn out at those locations.
yeah,
And
you
is that
could,
one
they
of
closed
those-
them off because
And the lamp
probably
lights were on.
because of erosion.
The night lamps were actually on. It was really cool.
Is that one of those things where, putting any money or any real money into it, they'd have to take it up with the Gorge Commission? Is that in the scenic area?
I don't think so.
It doesn't fall,
Not on
that's
Stark
the weird
Street.
part, is it doesn't
No,
fall
it's just,
under-
it's money, it's just money.
I think it's worthy of,
That's a good idea.
if we're gonna be doing.
Here's a question, though. Do we, if we were to do that, would that incite more people stopping and creating more road hazards? Because there really are not pull-offs for any
It
of them.
depends on how you view a road hazard.
Parked vehicle.
So for
Get on the
me, as a
corporate
guy
Facebook
that's
page, you'll
walking
hear a
or
lot about
running that route, and I used to run this route every weekend. That was
Uh-huh.
one of my favorite routes, especially in the spring when the water was flowing, because it was just awesome. It was too dangerous now to do that. So would it slow traffic down? Yeah. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so.
Yeah, as long as people aren't stopped per se, and,
I think that was one of the reasons, I don't know, but those are things we could look at.
yeah, yeah. That would be interesting.
But I think we're missing a lot of history, and I think if we don't focus on it now when they're doing the Stark Street Bridge, we're talking about money.
Yeah, it's a good idea, it's a good idea.
I think you could get some buy-in to maybe shuffle some of those funds. And that begs the question of right-sizing the bridge. Do we really want freight trucks going down that route and hitting a bridge that's made for freight trucks to go onto another road that is
It's not made for freight trucks, yeah.
It just doesn't jive with me, so.
When they are redoing it, they're making so that they will.
There's a lot of discussion about what size to make it.
Anything they build is gonna have to comply with things like seismic standards and such, so, and current ODOT rules, so.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be engineered for modern trucks.
And given that Amazon and FedEx consistently overshoot the exit that they're supposed to take,
Yeah.
they're constantly gonna be using, you're gonna go back to it.
Yeah, my concern is, as Diane highlighted, is we're missing a whole part, this section of the gorge, because we're basically just forgotten or ignored. And making it a historical location, eventually that could lead to, not in my lifetime, but probably in some.
Oh, I think it's a great idea.
Anyway, and then the heritage trees thing, that was the other item. I think if we start recording, and parks could help with that.
We've kind of asked them informally before, and I think we've also put it in the champion previously, of like, you've got a tree, and we've had a tree or two nominated. Came through, a tree on his daughter's property on there. But a lot of people, I think it just needs to be almost like a constant thing in the champion.
Yeah.
How are we defining
Heritage tree.
heritage trees or significant trees?
It's not about age. It's not like our historical aspect, like the 50-year mark. Sometimes it's the type of tree and how old it is as well. And then the circumference, because every tree is going to be different as far as how it grows. So the diameter and breast height is typically something you look at.
Historical Society started one, I think I might have mentioned it before, it's on Buxton and Fifth.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's a walnut, no,
Chestnut.
chestnut, thank you.
It always leaves a mess on the road, everyone else.
Yeah. It, we went through, got the owner's permission, did everything, left it up to the city, which was not Nick, and I haven't heard things since. They said, we'll take it from here. That was happening. Because I even got an expert to come out and identify it, and it does have some issues.
Oh, yeah. Especially today with the.
Yeah, so we went, had that report done, everything that the Historical Society could do, and it got dropped. So that's something that needs to be picked back up.
I think it would be a combined effort by parks and historical. I mean, it'd be both coming at it from two sides, but I've seen cities do it in a multitude of ways. Other cities have done it where parks owns it, and then other cities where the historical owns it process. I think we could combine the two. And we're working on a tree plan for parks, so I think that would be, timing's pretty good too. So again, with the timing.
Okay.
That's all I got. Thanks.
Nick, are we gonna get back to getting meeting minutes so that, you know, we don't lose, so that 6 months down the road, we don't lose these ideas and that we can keep them.
That, it came up in one of our meetings.
Yeah, it did, in the commissioner
One
meetings.
of our, yeah, maybe that's how it
Yeah,
got
yeah,
spoken.
it was at the commissioner reports.
Yeah, it sounds like, yeah, we're gonna start doing it.
Good. Because that'd be great if we could review our minutes.
It would be, and it's something a commission should do, because legally you should do that. We should do that. Yes.
Okay, that'd be great. Other comments?
I do want to tell the group that, and yes, my term is coming to an end, and as much fun as I have with y'all, my Thursday evenings have shown a tendency over the last year or so to become crowded. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be giving up this seat.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, sorry to hear that, but I understand you're super busy.
yeah, maybe. Well, and just aside from, the things that this group produces will, I think, frequently end up either in front of me anyway, because between CAC and Planning Commission, will definitely be continuing the thoughts at least.
Okay.
But yeah, I
appreciate
do
knowing.
need to get my Thursday night.
Well, we will miss you, but we won't miss you yet, because you're not leaving yet.
Yep, not until.
We'll try and get a lot done before then.
Any special Adrian projects you can think of?
Pile on now.
Aaron? I have a question for Leanne, because when I first started this, on this committee, I'd asked that day, but anyway, what were you guys working on the past years? And this was the one, right? So we started that. Was there anything else that you all had been working on that did not come to fruition?
Yes, we had goals.
Okay, I just out of curiosity, I would like to know what those goals were. If we're talking about like what's for the future or whatever, because this is exciting where we're coming, the presentation and, trying to check this box off, but it'd be nice, I would like to know what your past goals were.
I find it.
I think that'd be just nice to know, or we're throwing out
Yeah, I
ideas.
know where those are.
You do? Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, because the other one I would kind of propose too, and I just hate to lose, well, now that's what's happening to the Stark Street Bridge, I hate to lose the Troutdale Bridge. I know Marley had some interest in the Troutdale Bridge as to possibly putting up a sign and showing the history of the smelt run. But that would be, we had talked a long time ago, like that might be a good place for a bench, people to ponder and just kind of have that nice lookout, so we could have an official place to remember the smelt run, since just right there is where there's so many tons of old pictures from having that bridge in it. That would be a good way to honor it historically, tell the story, let people know it's the beginning of mile marker 0 for the scenic route. Is that the scenic gorge? It's mile marker 0.
Driving route, not.
It's okay, driving route for 0. Okay, 0. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, there's so many ways we could recognize, even tied in with yours too, but include that so everybody understands the significance of what they're looking at. Before there was Sugar Pine, I would see tons of people, foreigners, locals or whatever, taking pictures of that bridge. And I believe from my looking at the history that is the oldest state-owned trust bridge. I was trying to look up more, but I think that might be accurate. And I just wanting more highlight paid to that bridge so that they don't think, okay, now let's change that one too.
Have we made it a local historic landmark?
It's state recognized or maybe even nationally recognized.
I think it is, but
It's
why?
already on something.
Perhaps we should already We should formally recognize
Which
it.
bridge?
Sign for
Troutdale Bridge.
Because I
It's
think
the Sandy River Bridge.
Because I
It's
think if
official word. Yeah,
once
title.
something is a state or national landmark, it's kind of like automatically a local one, but I don't think that we have recognized it as such, and should.
I'm thinking recognition helps in preservation of. So I'm thinking, you know, just, and then we include it in our logo. I mean, that's how special it is. And when we were on that, coming up with the logo, we wanted the rock in there too that the Italians did for the historic highway. And, you know, so we included a lot of things intentionally in this, things that we value, and that's what makes this logo so special and unique. Anyway, that's my thought. If, you know, that would be what I would suggest. But again, I want to know what the other proposals were. And as we think charter, what our next course is for our time and attention.
I do think we need to wrap this project up, though. I think it's like,
Yeah.
we are not done with this project yet, folks, and so we need to like.
We haven't picked a topper out.
Huh?
We haven't even picked up a topper.
Exactly. So, and you know how complicated that is. So,
Or a narrative for a,
right,
Signs.
right, that's gonna take
That's
some
how it
work.
started, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we've got some work to do still, but these other ideas are really great and valuable, and it doesn't mean we can't try to kind of weave some of it in together and start multitasking, but I just don't want to lose sight of this, of completing this.
well, and maybe we need a new goals list.
Yeah, I think that would be a great thing to do. Maybe we do that this summer, in July.
Is the trail finally done now? Is all the stuff under the bridge in place and?
I think we're getting there. I don't think it's quite done.
Railroad hasn't finished.
I would recommend you go down and check out the lighting. The lighting underneath the bridge is phenomenal.
Oh, is it?
Are they done with, is the
So
railroad
they
done with their?
turned it on last Friday. Anyway, Stoner Electric, gotta give them a thumbs up. They did the inset lighting on the overhead, and they did inset lighting on the rails as well. That lights up along with the lamps. It creates this ambiance that is kicking.
Really?
I'm gonna go check it out again tonight. That's on my run home. So,
Is it open at this end?
yeah, so you can
railroad's
walk it. Yeah, they pulled the sign off, the sandbags are off, but it hasn't officially been inspected by Union Pacific. So until they give it their stamp of approval, liability issues are still there and so on and so on. But yeah, it's close. We should be out, I'm hoping April 15th for everything.
Yeah, so
Tax day?
there's like a tourism video they're trying to shoot down there soon.
6 and
There's a
7.
rush to get it all.
It's the lottery, isn't it?
It's Oregon Lottery who funded a large portion of the bill. And then that's from interviews are during the day, and then from 3 to 5 on the 6th and 7th, they will actually be shooting film down there as well. And that's why the smell run. I was like, the timing. I was hoping it would be, anyway.
That's so sad.
Hey, the seals are in the river though. They were there today.
Well, maybe
Is
they're
that right?
following a second run of smelt. I saw one get caught, one smelt. Sad.
Yeah, have a chance to, a lot of dog walkers down there at night. They're enjoying it.
It's the most ideal place to park down there.
Right behind the visitor center. Perfect. You're on camera. That's the best part. You have a security camera from the visitor center looking right down at the parking spot, so.
Is that behind the outlet?
The other option is you can park.
I know on the other side of the bridge, I just didn't know
Oh,
where.
no, all the way over? Which bridge? On the Troutdale side?
We're talking where it goes under, along the
Oh,
river, right?
yeah.
Is that what
You
you're
can park
talking
at the
about?
mall on 257th Way,
Okay.
Starbucks and
I
walk in
didn't know
that
if
way.
they wanted people, using the parking at the outlet mall for that, so I was just going around to the other side, so I didn't really know where.
And then the railroad just put up a construction today. They put in a new, when the flag comes down.
Farm?
Yeah, so they added that and then a no crossing. People have been crossing over. So they set up a huge sign that said, no people crossing. So that'll stop them. I can tell you.
All right, anything else? All right, great work, everyone. Kevin?